Consistency and predictability. That's what the Minister of Social Services claimed was behind her decision to change AISH payments. Well now, thanks to the Auditor General, we know the real reason was because the Minister wanted to cook her books, and she simply didn't care about the disabled Albertans that would be hurt by this senseless and cruel decision. Minister, you said the change was for predictability. The AG said it was so you could fudge your books. Who's telling the truth?
The Honourable Minister of Children's Services.
Mr. Speaker, the Auditor General determined that the Department's accounting of AISH payments for the 2019-20 fiscal year was not in accordance with public sector accounting standards. Mr. Speaker, this was an accounting issue that resulted in the expenditure being reported in a different fiscal year from when it was accrued. This issue, Mr. Speaker, has been rectified. Mr. Speaker, further in his assessment of the Department's action, the Auditor General has been clear that the payment date did not affect the amount of benefit entitlement provided during the fiscal year.
The Honourable Member for St. Albert.
Given that this minister was found by the Auditor General to have broken accounting rules with the date change, and given that the minister was quick to claim that they've corrected the error and the Auditor General confirmed, since this minister seems to suddenly care about addressing the problem she created, will she commit to reversing the changes of payment dates, or is she still more concerned about the look of her bottom line than she is of the lives and the well-being of disabled Albertans who have no recourse with this government?
The Honourable Minister of Finance and President of the Treasury Board.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Firstly, this government received a clean audit report on the financial statements, which indicates that the financial statements are presented fairly and accurately. And, Mr. Speaker, the change in payment date by Community and Social Services has no bearing on whether there's been any untoward activity. That was simply a change that the minister chose to make, and the Auditor General weighed in and worked with us, the Alberta government, to determine appropriate treatment, Mr. Speaker. None of this is out of the ordinary.
The Honourable Member for St. Albert.
Given that this minister has the audacity to claim that there has been no impact on AISH recipients, and given that I've heard from Albertans to whom this date change has meant everything, it means NSF charges, it means eviction notices, it means no food, it means the inability to buy a bus pass, it means a lot, it means stress. This government needs to stand up and apologize for what they've done and then put the dates back to where they were so people have room till the end of the month.
The Honourable Minister of Children's Services.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To be clear, the actual amount of cash provided to AISH payments, or to AISH clients receiving those payments, did not change, Mr. Speaker. We do recognize that any change is difficult, and Community and Social Services caseworkers did their best to work with clients and ensure that they received appropriate notice. Mr. Speaker, prior to the change, many AISH clients would seek advice monthly as to when the payment was going to be issued. Now it is far more predictable, and Mr. Speaker, in fact, the Ministry of Community and Social Services has actually seen a decline in the number of AISH clients contacting their caseworkers to ask for emergency benefits this year.